Hi, I'm Millie Swan, Executive Business Strategist and Heart-Based Leadership Mentor to CEOs, business executives and people who are specialists at what they do in business. So this is the third step in a series of 5 videos. We went through the Rule of W and also the connection and motivation tool that we use. And I'd like you to reuse, I guess, in some respects, the Rule of W for this process as well. You'll find the Rule of W keeps coming up and up. It's such a versatile tool. It helps you actually get answers and move forward very quickly with things. So this is what I love to call the anti-client tool, or the anti-person tool, whichever you like to choose. This business tool and life tool, as far as I'm concerned, is a way of taking you from a place of just surviving really to thriving almost effortlessly. And it's so powerful. I've used it for so many years. It was a tool that gave me enormous strength when I was going through a massive amount of growth in a business more than 15 years ago. And from this place, when I worked out how to do this myself, it was really so transformative, and it just made my life very easy. And I then kept reapplying it and teaching it to others as well. So how do you work with the best, and how do you attract the best? How do you allow yourself to actually become better yourself by finding and working with all these people? The key really for me is identifying a couple of key things, but it does work with clients, your suppliers, it works with staff, it works with attracting business partners or joint venture partners as well. It also works with really anyone in your life that you have anything to do with in any way, which is pretty much everybody. One of the problems is that we keep attracting the same people all the time unless we choose to do something really differently. And so what I find is people just keep complaining about all the things that are going wrong all the time. Well, how do you stop from just complaining to actually getting what you want? One of the best things you can do really is then take that Rule of W, and I want you to actually start to write a great big list really of all the things that people, if you just take clients for example, all the things that drive you nuts about clients. They don't pay, they don't come to meetings on time, they waste your time, they're rude to the staff, they're difficult to deal with, they won't sign agreements in time, there's often constant delays. Any little or big thing that drives you nuts about perhaps just clients. What happens is that when you start to identify exactly what it is, you're starting to get really a lot of clarity around it, and I like to call it the name it and shame it thing. So what is the name it and shame it thing around this client that really drives you mad? And there's probably a fair chance that you've got at least 20, if not 30% of your clients, or more even in some cases, I see in some businesses, that are really poor clients and you really don't want to have anything to do with. So each of them will bring a different flavour, and something else will come. But collectively, you can name and shame all these little things about clients or people in your life that drive you mad. Once you've got really clear about all these things, you can then put it aside. And you can see when these people keep coming to you, you can see them, they stand out like a sore thumb. And you can very quickly choose to sort of acknowledge what they are and choose either not to work with them or not to participate with them at all. You can still deal with them, but not on a higher level. It's really powerful when you can see them coming. It's the most awesome thing. Once you're really clear about what you don't want, from this place you can start to run back through the Rule of W again, and you will get a very short, concise list of what it is that you do want to attract. And you can start to see the kind of experiences that you do want to have. If you're talking specifically about your clients, you might have an idea of what it is that you want, but you might not have had that client yet. So what you can do is you can have experiences or think about who are the people that you do like to be around, who are the people that you do like to work with, and that can help you create an ideal client. It's all very well people writing these ideal clients and all that sort of stuff, but if you don't really come from the basis of understanding or having had those experiences, then it's just a damned fairy story as far as I'm concerned. But everybody knows what they don't want. Everybody knows the experiences they don't want to have. So let's get rid of those first. Energetically, we're removing all the hassle and pain that's associated around those, and it sort of clears the space. It's better than just continually complaining that you don't want the stuff that keeps coming. You're actually being super specific about what it is. Then you can choose from that place very quickly what you do want. I want to talk to you about a client called Janet. She has a couple of really very big, powerful corporate clients, and she was really struggling with one of the clients. They were stuffing her around. She's in a service-based industry, but this client was stuffing her around, and timelines were being dragged out, payments were late. The on-flow effect for her staff in providing services to them was exhausting, and the challenge for her was this client was a mortgage payer. It was one of her key clients, and from this basis she had other great clients too, but this one was sort of the cornerstone client. And so she had to really understand what was it about this particular client that really drove her nuts. And so we ran through the anti-client process with her about this client, just this particular one. And very quickly we came to understand what the real issue was. The real issue was a lack of connection. And so because we could understand all the things that really drove this my client, Janet, really nuts, she could start to see that partly it was how she needed to deal with this person as a completely new client, and also about how she could understand that there was a different way of resolving this issue and seeing this client functioning in a different way, just by understanding, getting really specific about what it was that was driving her mad about this client. She acknowledged there was great things about working with this guy, and so we just had to work out what were all the things that were driving her nuts. So once we got through that process, we ran it through the rule of W. So she just took a piece of paper, and this is exactly what you can do. She just took a piece of paper and she just wrote it down over a couple of days, all the things that came up to her that drove her insane. Emails not being returned, phone calls not being returned, or this guy would ring 6 times in a day and drive her nuts, wouldn't allow her to even get the work done that she needed to get done for her and the team so they could deliver the outcomes they required. How did she actually understand what was really going on and start to work with this guy? Through the anti-client process and understanding all the things that were going wrong, she started to be able to look at what were the things that were going right. And so we ran back through the rule of W all the things that were going right for her and why she wanted to keep this client on. What we uncovered really quickly through this process was that this client, there was a relationship disconnect. So she wasn't actually connected with him, and we went back through the connection and motivation tool, which we taught in the second video, and she identified that this client was highly certain and needed quality time. So once we had some understanding about why she wanted to keep this client on, and what was really working for her, which was then how we could quickly create a tick list of things that were right and what she did want to have in this client and what she did want to deliver for this client. We could then understand that with the connection and motivation tool, she could really easily understand that this guy just needed to know that she was doing her job the way he needed to hear it and not the way she needed to tell him. It transformed the relationship for the two of them. They now have a great working relationship. She feels really confident that the contract's secure, where in the past she thought that the contract may not have been, and it was quite a wobbly process. So by understanding what was really going wrong with this particular client, she could virtually transform him into a new client who she now loves and works with. She has a deeper understanding about how to motivate him, and also he's also getting a better idea of what value is being delivered by their service, because that hadn't been articulated either. He was just the decision maker. He wasn't really involved in the process of actually the delivery rollout. So as we looked at what was really going on, instead of Janet just complaining about this guy all the time, we had a great process for really understanding how to work forwards with him. The clarity that she got around this has also allowed her then to attract a whole nother new client, because by going through the anti-client process, we took it another level. We identified who else does she not want to work with, who are the other kinds of people that she doesn't want to work with, and from there she's also started to get some other great clients, more aligned than ever to who she really is and the kind of work she loves to deliver. That's been her outcome. She now has a perfect client, an absolute great client that she knows it's in for 6 months. She knows that she's going to completely be able to deliver such a holistic solution for this client in the service industry that she works in. And so now she's at the point where she's just asking for more of those. It's also taken the pressure off her, because the other one of the other corporate clients is now functioning much better. So all her energy is not completely focused on fighting fires there anymore. And she's actually spending less time and getting better outcomes with that existing client. That's the power of the anti-client process. By actually writing down all the things that drive you nuts, it's really, really great. So really, here's the homework for you. These are the things that I really want you to understand are massively powerful. I want you to use the anti-client process, that we'll just call it that, and the Rule of W PDF that we're going to provide with this process for you. The first page, clearly, I just want you to get it out. Everything that drives you nuts about your clients, or particularly people that you work with. You'll find that when you get all the big things and the little things all written down, it's hugely, hugely beneficial. You're really clear about what it is. You're not just complaining about stuff anymore. Really identify big and little things. Give yourself a good day to do it. You'll get a big rush of stuff immediately because that's what comes to mind. But often, if you can be a little bit consistent with it through the day, things will keep coming up. And they're the things that will really drive you mad. And they're the things that we'll be able to let go of. You'll find that when you're clear about this, you'll see these people coming to you and you'll be able to avoid them. Give yourself a full day just to write out what that all is. It's very powerful energetically to do this process. It's a very, very old tool that's been around forever. The other thing is that from here you'll be able to then take the second step, which is get out the Rule of W, and you'll be able to write down what it is that you do want to experience. And you'll be able to draw this from the people that you do like working with, the things that do make you happy. And everybody's never one completely bad thing. There'll be aspects about clients that you do like, and you just want more of those. So you write that down on the Rule of W. What are the things that you like? What are the things that support you? And so they can be all sorts of simple things. Common courtesies sometimes, how people speak to the staff, how people answer their phone, all the little and big things. Write it down on a Rule of W sheet. And then once you're clear about what you do want, you're really able then to start to define the rest of the Rule of W, which helps bring these people to you more easily. If you're not sure about the clients, what you want in clients, think about some of the great experiences that you've had with people, things that really make your heart sing, things that make your life easy, things that you want to experience from those sort of people. And so they're the other things. It doesn't necessarily have to be from one part. It can be from any part of your life. The things that make you feel good, ask for more of those on the Rule of W. And from this place, you'll really start to get massive clarity around, and you'll be able to attract the right people. You'll also be able to choose to avoid them. They still keep popping up in your life from time to time, but you can see them walking towards you so easily. You can engage, but you don't have to have any long-term association or anything like that with them. It's really a powerful tool. So finally, if you're really struggling with some of these things and you want to fast track it really fast for your business, I have a couple of places left now. I'm very busy, but I do have a couple of places left and a couple of opportunities. So if you'd like to contact me and have a strategy consultation with me in that process, you'll be able to understand exactly what's going on specifically for your situation. These tools are amazing. They work across every single industry, in every part, and I've run it through every one in the last 25 years. So contact me. There's a link there below. Make a time and let's see what we can do to help you out. In the meantime, I look forward to sharing with you the next couple of videos and the next few tools, and help you get your business from just struggling along to really thriving and being really happy with who you are and where you're going. Bye for now.